Welcome to my podcast. Today I'll be redoing the key NHL free agent signings in 2006 and 2007. I'll start with the key free agent signings in 2006. Jeff Friesen signs with the Tampa Bay Lightning instead of the Calgary Flames. Marc Savard signs with the Los Angeles Kings instead of the Boston Bruins. Gill signs with the Washington Capitals instead of McKee signs with the Vancouver Canucks instead of the St. Louis Blues. Matt Cullen signs with the Boston Bruins instead of the New York Rangers. Aaron Ward signs with the Colorado Avalanche instead of the New York Rangers. Doug Weight signs with the Atlanta Thrashers instead of the St. Louis Blues. Rob Blake signs with the Boston Bruins as well instead of signing with the Los Angeles Kings. Jason Arnott signs with the St. Louis Blues instead of signing with the Nashville Predators. Bill Guerin signs with the Pittsburgh Penguins instead of signing with the St. Louis Blues. Signs with the Chicago Blackhawks instead of the Atlanta Thrashers. Willie Mitchell signs with the Edmonton Oilers instead of the Vancouver Canucks. Chris Osgood also signs with the Edmonton Oilers instead of the Detroit Red Wings. Brendan Shanahan signs with the Toronto Maple Leafs instead of the New York Rangers. Dwayne Rollison signs with the Florida Panthers instead of re-signing with the Edmonton Oilers. Michael Peca signs with the Nashville Predators instead of signing with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Sergei Samsonov signs with the Buffalo Sabres instead of signing with the Montreal Canadiens. Yaroslav Spacek signs with the Washington Capitals instead of signing with the Buffalo Sabres. Joe Corvo signs with the Carolina Hurricanes instead of signing with the Ottawa Senators. Jeremy Roenick signs with the New York Rangers instead of signing with the Phoenix Coyotes. Patrick Elias signs with the Anaheim Ducks instead of re-signing with the New Jersey Devils. Jamie Langenbrunner also signs with the St. Louis Blues instead of re-signing with the New Jersey Devils. Mike Sillinger goes to the Edmonton Oilers instead of signing with the New York Islanders. Tom Pody signs with the Florida Panthers instead of signing with the New York Islanders. Zdeno Chara signs with the Atlanta Thrashers instead of signing with the Boston Bruins. Patrick Lee signs with the Atlanta Thrashers as well instead of signing with the Chicago Blackhawks. The Big E, Eric Lindros, signs with the Phoenix Coyotes instead of the Dallas Stars. Novsky signs with the Philadelphia Flyers instead of the Phoenix Coyotes. So let's just sum up the signings in 2006. Jeff Friesen goes to Tampa. Marc Savard goes to LA. Hal Gill goes to Washington. Jay McKee goes to Vancouver. Aaron Ward goes to Colorado. Doug Weight goes to Atlanta. And also, Jason Arnott goes to St. Louis. Bill Guerin goes to Pittsburgh. Johan Hedberg goes to Chicago. Willie Mitchell and Chris Osgood both goes to Edmonton. Brendan Shanahan goes to Toronto. Dwayne Rollison goes to Florida. Michael Peca goes to Nashville. Sergei Samsonov goes to Buffalo. Yaroslav Spacek goes to Washington. Joe Corvo goes to Carolina. Jeremy Roenick goes to New York Rangers. Patrick Elias goes to Anaheim. Jamie Langenbrunner also goes to the St. Louis Blues. Mike Sullinger also goes to Edmonton. Tom Pody also goes to Florida. Patrick Lee and Zdeno Chara both join the Atlanta Thrashers. Eric Lindros goes to Phoenix. And Ed Jovanovski goes to Philadelphia. These are the key free agent signings in 2007. Scott Hartnell signs with the Phoenix Coyotes instead of re-signing with the Philadelphia Flyers. Jason Blake signs with the Nashville Predators instead of signing with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Scott Hannon signs with the Chicago Blackhawks instead of signing with the Colorado Avalanche. Chris Drury signs with the Minnesota Wild instead of signing with the New York Rangers. Scott Gomez, signs with the Washington Capitals instead of signing with the New York Rangers. Ryan Rafalski signs with the Buffalo Sabres instead of signing with the Detroit Red Wings. Matthew Schneider signs with the Florida Panthers instead of signing with the Anaheim Ducks. Barrett Jackman signs with the Edmonton Oilers instead of signing Blues, or rather re-signing with the St. Louis Blues. Daniel Briere signs with the New Jersey Devils. Ryan Smith signs with the New Jersey Devils as well, instead of signing with the Colorado Avalanche. Paul Kariya signs with the Phoenix Coyotes instead of signing with the St. Louis Blues. Ryan Whitney signs with the Montreal Canadiens instead of re-signing with the Pittsburgh Penguins. Peter Sikora signs with the Tampa Bay Lightning instead of signing with the Pittsburgh Penguins. Todd Bertuzzi signs with the Boston Bruins instead of the Anaheim Ducks. Michael Nylander signs with the New York Islanders instead of signing with the Washington Capitals. Michael Handzus signs with the New York Rangers instead of signing with the LA Kings. Dennis Dubas signs with the Dallas Stars instead of the New Jersey Devils. Robert Lang signs with the Toronto Maple Leafs instead of the Chicago Blackhawks. Roman Hamrlik signs with the Colorado Avalanche instead of the Montreal Canadiens. And Chris Mason signs with the Columbus Blue Jackets instead of the Nashville Predators. Or rather, re-signing with the Nashville Predators. So, in summary, Scott Hartnell goes to Phoenix. Jason Blake goes to Nashville. Scott Hannon goes to Chicago. Chris Drury goes to Minnesota. Scott Gomez goes to Washington. Ryan Rafalski goes to Buffalo. Matthew Schneider goes to Florida. Barrett Jackman goes to Edmonton. Daniel Briere goes to New Jersey. Ryan Smith also goes to New Jersey. Paul Kariya goes to Phoenix. Peter Sikora goes to Tampa Bay. Ryan Whitney goes to Montreal. Todd Bertuzzi goes to the Boston Bruins. Michael Nylander goes to the New York Islanders. Michael Handzus goes to the New York Rangers. Dennis Dubas goes to the Dallas Stars. Robert Lang goes to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Roman Hamrlik goes to Colorado Avalanche. And Chris Mason goes to the Columbus Blue Jackets. Next, I will be redoing the key NHL free agent signings in 2008 and 2009.